Well, hey everybody, Deltafly Gaming back with another Magic the Gathering deck build. This is a deck I've had since, I don't know, high school, or maybe before. Made the Mono-green Stomp Deck, which I think most players have played, or at least try to do something similar. We got 20 lands, 5 enchantments, 11 spells, and 22 creatures in this deck. So, let's get started. It's a mono-green, so 20 lands, 20 forests, that's it. First enchantment is the Awakening Zone. 2 in a green, there's 1 in the deck. At the beginning of the upkeep, put an 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn to sacrifice and add 1. Basically just to help increase and ramp up our mana. Next spell is Journey of Discovery. 2 in a green, 1 in the deck. Choose 1 to search my library for 2 basic land cards, reveal them and put them in my hand, or play 2 additional lands this turn, which I can entwine for 2 and another green, depending upon when I play it during the game. Next is Recollect or Recollect, whichever however you pronounce it. 2 in the green, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. So I can search for lands if I have to sacrifice or get rid of them, or big creatures. Next up, Collective Unconscious. 4, 2 green, 1 in the deck. Draw a card for each creature I control. If I have a bunch of my Eldrazi guys out and some of my other creatures, I'm pretty much flowing up my hand. Not too bad. Next, after that is Kodama's Reach. Got 2 in this deck, it's 2 in the green, to search my library for 2 basic land cards, reveal them, 1 in my hand and 1 under the battlefield. Tapped. And then shuffle the library. After that, we got Sprouting Vines. 2 in a green, 2 of them in the deck. Basically search basic land card, reveal it and put it into my hand. Then shuffle my library and I can storm it if I played anything prior, so I can look for more lands. Next up is Harrow. 2 of these with 2 in a green, and on top of that I have to sacrifice a land, but I search for 2 of them and put them onto the battlefield. Recollect and a card later on will help to bring some of those sacrifice ones back into play. Next up, 2 of these, we got Skyshroud Claim for 3 in a green. Search my library for up to 2 forest cards, put them onto the battlefield, and shuffle my library. Not a bad card. Alright, last but not least, we have 4. We have a full playset of Fertile Ground. 1 in a green, enchant land. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, a controller, basically, whenever I tap my land, it creates 2. Basically, this is something great to start off early in the game to help get my spells out faster. Next, we've got creatures. So, let's start off with some of the smaller guys and work our way up. Starting with Frozen Wayfarer. We got 1 for 1 green, and if I sacrifice it, I can put a land card from my hand into play. Basically, he's just cannon fodder, I guess you'd say, just to help get another extra land out if need be. Next, Fierce Empath. 2 in a green with 1 of them. When it comes into play, I search my library for a creature card with converted mana cost 6 or more and put it into my hand, then shuffle my library. Not too bad. Final after that, we got the Quirion Trailblazer. 3 and a green with 2 in the deck. Basically, whenever it comes into play, search my library for a basic land card, put it into play tapped. Helpful to get bigger spells and to get more land on the battlefield. Now, the bread and butter of this deck, Corrosion Drover. 3 and a green, there's 3 in this deck. Creatures I play, converted mana cost 6 or higher, cost 2 less to play. If I've got all 3 of them out, I'm dropping big guys for 2. Yeah. Right after that, Kurgadon. 4 and a green, there's 2 of them in this deck. Whenever I play a creature card with converted mana cost 6 or higher, I put 3 +1/+1 counters on it. This guy will get big once I start playing some of the bigger guys. Following him, we got Jor-El, Empress of Beasts. 3 and 2 green. She's a 3/3. If I play 2 and a green, tap it, discard 2 cards, all my lands become 3/3 creatures. That basically would help me if I don't have anything and I need to defend against an army of my opponent's creatures. Next up, Tilling Treefolk. 2 and a green. When it comes into play, I can return up to 2 target lands from my graveyard to my hand. This will go well to counterbalance Harrow's sacrificing a land additional cost. After that, we got the Rooting Kavu. 2 and a green. When it's put into the graveyard, I can remove it from the game and bring all my creature cards from the graveyard into my library, which will help if I ever get board wiped. Basically, that's the only reason why he's in the deck. After that, we're starting into bigger guys. Spear Breaker Behemoth. 5 and 2 green. He's indestructible, and if I pay 1, target creature power 5 or greater is indestructible this turn. Really nasty card right there. Following that, we got 2 Roxas, and I like these guys. 4 and 2 green, they're 5/5, they regenerate for 2 and a green, and I can have them do their combat damage to defending players if it weren't blocked. If they're both out, that's half their life in one turn. Next, we got Jungle Weaver, 5 and 2 green, there's only one of them, with reach and cycling of 2. This is literally my only defense against flying, which is a problem, but it comes with the territory. Next after that, Wirewood Guardian, 5 and 2 green, 6/6, force cycling for 2. If I get it in the beginning of the game, I can force cycle this guy, basically get more land out, but if it's later in the game, I'll play it for 6/6. Not too bad. Then we got the Palaka Worm, 4 and 3 green, 7/7 with trample. If it enters the battlefield, I gain 7 life, and when it dies, I draw a card. So there's not really a negative thing when it comes into the battlefield or leaves the battlefield. Alright, then what we got after that is the Thorn Elemental, 5 and 2 green, a 7/7, and it has the same properties of rocks, where I can have it deal its combat damage to defending players if it are blocked. If it and both my Roxas are out, it's either a game or I'm putting it down in a really hurting position for my opponent. Finally, next is Avatar of Might, 6 and 2 green, it's 8/8 trample, and if my opponent has 4 more creatures, it costs 6 less to play, which is good for early game, but also with my Corrosion Drillers, I can get all 3 of them out and drop them for 2 regardless. So, not too bad. Now, finally, is the Corrosion Colossus, 6 and 3 green. He's a 9/9 with a morph ability. He's an okay creature, but it's literally basically I'm playing with only the cards that I physically own at the moment. So, now that we got our main board, the main deck done, let's check out my sideboard, see what we got. We've got Sylvan Bounty, 5 and a green. It's only one. Target player gains 8 life or basic land cycle. So if it's early in the game, I can cycle for a new land, or if it's later in the game and I'm hurting, I can gain 8 life. Not a bad, either or. After that, we've got Caravan Vigil. We've got 3 of these. Pay 1, search my library for a land, reveal it, put it in my hand. I can put it onto the battlefield if a creature died due to its morbid cost. Right after that comes Lay of the Land. We've got a 1 green, search my library for basic land, reveal it, put it in my hand, and shuffle my library. Pretty much my sideboard is going to be search for land and either put it in my hand or put it in the battlefield. Rampant Growth, 2, 1 and a green. Like that one says, put it in the battlefield tapped. And shuffle my library. Next up, Edge of Autumn, 1 and a green. Got 3 of them. If I control 4 or fewer lands, search my library for basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, and shuffle my library. Or if I'm cycling it, I can sacrifice a land. So it can be, depending upon the game, it'll work. Now for creatures. Elvish Mystic. 1 green, tap. It's basically a mana. That's basically all it does. Tap to add 1 green. So this actually might get put into the main deck just because I'm just shy of 60 cards in my deck. Next up is Einok Guide, 1 and a green. When it comes into play, I can either put a 1/1 counter on it, or I can search my library for basic land cards, shuffle my library, and then put that land on top, guaranteeing my next turn will be mana. After that, we got the Sylvan Ranger, 1 and a green. Again, search my library for basic land card, put it in my hand, and shuffle my library. Basically, that's pretty much what I got to work with the cards that I have. Last 2, we've got Thundering Tenodon. It's a 5/4 with trample, and it can cost 4 and either 4 life or 4 and 2 green. Depending upon where I am at in the game, I could use the 4 life, or I could just pay it for 2 with the Corrosion Driller. And then last but not least, Fancred Marauder, 5 and a green, 5/5. When an artifact is put in the graveyard from battle, I may gain 5 life. I don't have any artifacts in my deck, but if anyone is playing with one and they use it to sacrifice to go and do something, it's basically going to help me gain some lives later on in the game. So, now that we quickly have run through this, some of the strengths of this, once those mana ramps, if they come out there and they're running their game pretty well, this deck is pretty quick. It's a very fun and casual deck. I've been playing it since 5th edition, Mirage. I've been building it, tearing it down, building it back up, this, that, and the other. So, 18 years or so, give or take, maybe longer. Its weakness, it's slow when those mana ramp don't work, and there's no real defense against burn, control, or flying. If you have any flying or most flying creatures, that deck is done. So, but I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is a short video. Hopefully you guys, might want to play me someday, or if you might want to play this deck or get into Magic, let me know, and I can definitely will talk to you at length about it, and I will see you in the next video.